my computer's kind of slow. Right, I can close this. Right, now down down to a more customized stuff. Okay, I want to explain first of all, how about if you're trying to quote something that either not available on a quote template, or it's a combination of several things. For example, you don't want your customer to go through a lot of details about a particular mantis. Yeah, so you can see in here, a mantis comes with all this stuff, and if you're negotiating with, if you're working with some of the really hard to deal with purchasing guy, they might come through these line items and ask for a discount on each individual items, and you might not want that. So you might be better off with one line items that says a complete numbers, and with something like Mantis v3 or something like that. Okay, so on that scenario, what you need is a customized items. So that is that can be done through this line here, custom items. Yeah. So here, okay. So if I were to, you can use this for, again, to quote something that is not available on the quote template. Maybe like, say, consulting fee. Yeah. Consulting fee, maybe you want to charge that. Make sure to copy the description on both description line. Basically, this description is used with the PSD included, and this is the PSD excluded. I will go down to that detail more later. And here is, as you can see, here is the price, how much you want to charge for a consultancy fee, say $30,000, and a part number. You can make that for maybe consultant. And say 1. Okay. And this then will appear if you apply a quote update, and this will appear here, consulting fee of that $30,000. Okay. You might want to. Okay, so in my previous example, I want to simplify this Mantis quote, and I just wanted to use a single number for that, right? A single line item. So I can first, I want to disable this consultancy fee first. Just okay, and now if I do this, then okay, this will appear. Right. So this will appear as $39,090. Yeah. So I will write a $39,090. Yeah. And I can say this is Mantis, and I can write here basically Mantis v3 with all the chips and 1 and 2 years fully loaded maintenance, or something like that. You can make up the word yourself. And then I could put 1 here, and then I would disable all of this stuff. Sorry, just have to do that one by one. Okay. Right. Now if you click update, okay, twice, okay, so you can see here now it has you can write one line items that basically applies for the whole Mantis stuff. Yeah. Please make sure you write the description properly, and this is for customer consumption only. So when you actually submit the order, this particular quote is not recognizable internally. You will have to make the sorry. So the total number here is not right. So here's additional annual maintenance. Make sure that this is 0, because remember our initial quote already have the 1 year extra warranty there, so 2 years fully loaded maintenance. So it's now it's better. So $39,090, $5,000 for shipping and travel, and the total comes to this number. So it's just, if you can see, compared to the previous quote, it's exactly the same number. Again, so this is sort of an external quote only for customers' consumption. When you actually submit the order, this won't be recognized internally. You have to submit your orders in a proper quote, so with all the line items properly itemized. Yeah. Okay. So this is the quote. I will go back to the previous quote, so I had to have more line items to work with. Let me automatic changer, high volume 12, and a continuous flow chip, yeah, with 1 year additional maintenance. Okay, I will press Control U there. Right. Okay. So anyway, so I have repopulated my quote now with new items, and I want to explain about the customizable terms here. So sometimes, what you have here is a basic terms and options for a specific business unit. Yeah. So this is the business unit for precision crystallography. If you go to liquid handling, the terms and option would be slightly different. If you click on update as well, you end up with so here's, you can see a shorter terms and option compared to before. So these terms and option are customized based on the business unit, and sometimes sometimes the basic terms and options are not enough. So sometimes you negotiated different stuff. So one of the common thing that I encountered during my work here is that sometimes customer requires a different kind of delivery settings, like delivery terms. So the default that we have is DAP, where basically in this shipment terms, customer is responsible for all duties and taxes. But sometimes, maybe your customer wants to do it CIP, or maybe X works or things like that. You can change that. So the way to change that is to write a new terms here. Let's say delivery EXW, which stands for X works. Basically, all the expenses is the responsibility of the customer. Okay, and now, oops, let me go up. Delivery X works. You can see this true and false selection here. You need to bring it to true to make it visible on the quote, and also to make sure we don't end up with double delivery notification or delivery method. You need to disable this one. Yeah. Okay, so delivery X work now is applied, and this is delivery DAP is not applied. Other thing that you might want to do is customizing the delivery terms. Say your customers want delivery in a week time, for example. you can write here. So delivery date is promised to be is 1 week after PO. And so you can see our default delivery date here is up to 20 weeks after receipt of PO, blah 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 blah. Make sure you disable this one. Yeah, make sure disable this one and enable this instead. Yeah, right. So now if we populate the quote, you can see here that the quotes now have these two green terms here. So this is signify the custom terms that we don't. So it's not a custom thing we do. So this makes the quote much more noticeable, easier to read. These terms is more easier to read in the production side. So on the production, when we receive the order, we will be looking at the quote and looking at the specific terms, custom terms that we need to follow. And if we don't find that, we will process the order as a basic order, basically. Yeah. Right. Custom items. So you can use the custom items either on the top of a quote or on the bottom of the quote, and you can also select. Sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's not needed for these terms to show up. For this particular terms, you can select either to use that or to not use that as well. So for these terms, if you need to disable or if you need to include a specific terms, that cannot be done or cannot be accommodated using these customizable terms, talk to your manager. Your manager have the unlock code for this, and they could simply change this true here to false, for example, if you don't need that terms.